And first, welcome anybody that's I see Tim Davey here. Welcome. Of course. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Any other introductions, Chad, we have here? You should make. Okay. And if you would, please stand with me if you can. Say pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Could you certify us that we have quorum? Oh,
We do have a quorum.
okay. You do roll call. You can do roll call too, so if you would.
Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll. Henrico County, Mr. Nelson. Goochland County, Mr. Spoonhour.
Here.
New Kent County, Chair Moyer.
Here.
City of Richmond, Vice Chair Mayor Avula.
Here.
Commonwealth Transportation Board, Mr. Davis.
Here.
All right, thank you.
And thank you. Do we have anybody online today? Mr. Parsons? Yes, sir. Okay, we do not. Okay, we don't have to go through that. And consideration of amendments to the meeting agenda. I think we have one.
Yes, sir. I'll defer to the mayor if you wanted to address this.
Sure, yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, on behalf of the city of Richmond, we would love to request amendment to the agenda for an emergency request for $12.9 million ask from the CVTA for our Diamond District Transportation Infrastructure Project. And if we could, add that under other business, that'd be great.
Yeah, okay, we'll I think we'll put that
B3.
B3. Okay, that's where I was pointing. We'll put in B3.
Great, thank you, sir.
I guess we need a roll call on adding that. Need a motion? Motion. A motion on that? That was the motion. Second. Roll call.
Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
Yeah.
Goochland County, Mr. Spoonhour.
Aye.
New Kent County Chair Moyer.
Aye.
City of Richmond, Mayor Avula.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Exactly, voter, yes. So you said yes.
Aye.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you, and we have added that to the agenda. Perfect. Appreciate that. Next is the approval of September 10th, 2025 meeting minutes. Any additions, questions, corrections? Or a motion?
Move for approval of the minutes as presented.
Second?
Second?
Yes, that's.
Any other questions? It's gonna be back and forth, please. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. At this time, we have a open public comment period. If anybody's from the public that'd like to make a comment or anybody online, Ms. Kumar, Mr. Kumar, no? I see none. We will go on to the next. Next is my chair report, and I'm not gonna belabor anything with anything as a chairman or as a New Kent supervisor. So I'm gonna go to the CVTA activities report and have Mr. Parsons take over.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is going to be a light report this month. Due to the timing of the agenda mail out, we did not have anything updated since the authority meeting at the end of September. So we will be providing updated activities and investment reports at our next meeting.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Parsons. The TAC activities report, Mr. Vidatis. Vidatis, okay.
That's good.
I'm getting better.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I am the CVTA TAC chair. TAC met this past Monday. We considered a request from Chesterfield County for approval of their SPA agreement for improvements to Route 360 widening project between Otterdale Road and Woodlake Village Parkway. Total cost of the project is $44.5 million, and TAC unanimously recommended for approval of the SPA agreement. TAC also considered an item that was just added to your agenda today, the request by the city of Richmond for supplemental funding to cover transportation infrastructure costs associated with their Diamond District project. Total amount being approximately $12.96 million. The city made a very strong case, but after fairly lengthy discussion, including questions about what other sources of funding and alternatives were looked at to make up that shortfall, TAC unanimously recommended that the city follow the steps outlined in the CVTA regional framework for funding, which provides for what we call out of cycle request. The framework was designed specifically for these types of things where we're currently CVTA is evaluating round 4 applications. So this did not make it in time to be considered as part of the normal round 4 application cycle. So this will be an out of cycle request. There's steps outlined in the framework, and that was TAC's recommendation. The city was agreeable to that. I would also say in other matters, we reviewed a table showing existing versus planned CVTA regional expenditures. I think this table is or report is something that is presented and reviewed by you all. We also briefly discussed the types of projects that we should consider CVTA additional funding for in the future. Currently, both large and small type projects are included in our regional funding plan. So it was just an open discussion, not too lengthy, about potentially looking at larger scale type projects exclusively in the future. But no action was taken on that. I believe that pretty much sums up our.
Thank you very much. Next in other business, number 1, Chesterfield County project agreement. Mr. Parsons.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. As Mr. Vadunas just shared, the TAC considered a request from Chesterfield County for the Route 360 Woodlake Village Parkway to Otterdale Road widening project to recommend a project administration agreement be approved by the authority. One slight adjustment, and I will pledge to get this verified with the county before the full authority meets at the end of the month. The allocated project funding amount, I believe, is incorrect in the draft agreement, and I think the correct number is $32,801,076 versus the 44. I believe the or maybe the total estimate, but I'll verify that with county staff and make sure that the correct number is on the agenda for.
Make sure you're correct. You're correct.
Okay.
That's the total project amount. We actually had to add funds on our side. So I think it is. I think the CVTA amount was 32 million and change.
Yeah,
Project is actually 44. But
yep,
you're putting money towards it.
I think the actual CVT amount was 33 change, but the county requested to split off the PE, which was 750,000. So this would be the remainder of that allocation. But recommendation from staff is to approve the project agreement with the revised cost.
Okay. Any questions on that?
I think you're gonna find it shocking, but I'm gonna make a motion to approve it.
Well, I said somebody else is here to make a motion. That's good. So the motion has been given and also second. Any other questions on the matter? Then if I could have a voice vote to recommend this to the full authority. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Against? Passes. Thank you very much, Parsons. Now our CVTA audit report, Mr. Parsons, Mr. Garber.
Welcome, Mr. Garber. Mike Garber from PB Mears is here to share the results of the audit.
All right, thanks for that
Turn it over to you, Mike.
lengthy introduction. Maybe enough time to sit down. No, I appreciate that. You had invited me to.
You
take
provide a
it.
bio next time?
Any questions?
Walk on music.
Yeah.
Nice. We could read it.
No, I believe everyone was provided, at least in the packet here today, and probably ahead of time as well, our financial report and audit, as well as our results of the audit report. So I will just quickly go through just a couple highlights. So one, what you want to know in here is you did receive a clean opinion, unmodified opinion on the financial statements. So that's the one you're looking for. And in the very back of the financial report as well, there's a report on internal control and compliance. We did not have any issues that we thought needed to be reported in that report as well. So I would consider it clean report as well. As you're well aware, we had increase in activity this year with the work on 64. And so it looks like everything was flowing through correctly on that project, as well as all of the other flow through to GRTC and the regional funds and so on and so forth. So everything that we looked at there and audited and tested appeared to be materially correct, not just materially correct, which is what my opinion says, but I saw nothing wrong. So I'll put that out there as well. And I'd love to say thank you, because when I'm traveling to the beach, it might be a little messy right now, but I know I'm looking forward that from 295 all the way down to the beach will be 3 lanes soon enough. So I appreciate the project personally as well. In the report, the results of audit report that's required for us to communicate with this group, you'll see in there that there's really nothing to report. That's a good thing. If there were things to report, then that wouldn't look as clean as it is. But we had no audit entries, no past adjustments, no difficulties in gathering information with staff. And I'll put staff in quotes because we know we're kind of spread out to the different localities and how we're operating. But with that report, there was really nothing for us that we needed to point out there. So those are good things. So short of that report is actually a good thing. And with that, we had, worked with Chet and everybody really well. So with that, I really, there isn't much else to share. Except for the increase in expenditures with VDOT, your year was very similar to the years past. So, but with that, I am happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any questions for Mr. Garber?
No questions, just a comment.
Oh, okay,
But I'll check
good
it
enough.
first.
As well.
Mhm.
Wanna go first?
Yeah.
I just want to say that this is remarkable, that considering that there are 9 jurisdictions involved with this that are administering projects. And to get a perfect, sounds pretty perfect to me, report is a testament to not just each jurisdiction, but how well we all work together and work with the CVTA staff to make sure this gets done the way it needs to be done. It's pretty amazing, actually.
And the amount of money.
Yeah.
Involved.
Yeah.
So it's tremendous.
I-
Mr. Parsons.
Mr. Chair, I was gonna say the same thing. It's a total team effort between the work that Ms. Shepherd and her team at Planner VA are doing to support us. The work that the city of Richmond is doing as fiscal agent for audit, and then the work that Chesterfield County is doing as our fiscal agent for banking services. We are well taken care of, and everyone does work together very, very well. So kudos all the way around.
Yeah, the communication when we're asking questions and requesting things, the whole group works seamlessly together.
Very good.
Yep.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your work. Appreciate it.
We do have action. Yes.
We need a motion to recommend that report to the full CVTA.
So moved.
A motion, do we have a second? Have a second. Any other questions on the motion? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Oh, roll call for this, I'm sorry. I did see that. If you could do a roll call, please.
Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
Aye.
Henrico County, Mr. Nelson.
Okay.
Goochland County, Mr. Spoonhour.
Aye.
New Kent County, Chair Moyer.
Aye.
City of Richmond, Mayor Bula.
Aye.
Commonwealth Transportation Board, Mr. Davis. Motion passes.
Thank you. We'll go on to the full committee, full authority. Now we come down to three, under other business allocated regional project funding. Mr. Parsons.
Maybe they have our insert.
Yeah. Okay.
You tell me.
The city's request.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do,
Where Pete's, that's what.
that would be three A and three B. Okay, we're gonna go,
Whichever one you want first. it's fine.
we're gonna go, Richmond's ask first.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. Excited to give everyone an update on what's been happening with the Diamond. Hopefully you've driven by there and seen that brand new stadium coming together. And remember, the Diamond is more than just the new CarMax Park, but it really is, 62 acres, I think, of development that is coming together. It's taken some work. You got a bunch of different developers in there or a bunch of different players in there that are working together. And so I have gotten to learn a lot about our Diamond District, but it has been incredibly exciting to see what's happening. The stadium is looking beautiful. It's going to have capacity for 10,000 people. And as you all probably know, it's a massive regional amenity, like the attendance for our Squirrels games, which is leading across minor league baseball, but more than 70% come from outside of the city. And so I think it's something that really serves the region in a lot of ways, and the development beyond the ballpark will as well. As we reconnect streets and develop both residential and some office space and some park space, it really will be a jewel of a place to come see a game. But one of the things that the Squirrels management is very clear about is it's not just about baseball, that they really have a desire to host a number of different events there and really maximize the utilization of that park. Richmond is represented by our Richmond EDA. I actually have DJ Mulkey here in the audience from our EDA. Like many of the things we do, it's a public-private partnership with investment from a lot of places. We're really primarily driving the infrastructure work. You have a memo that was handed out, and it shows the picture on the front page that shows some of the new street that we're laying, the street reconnections that we're doing between Arthur Ashe Boulevard and Hermitage. And so some of this particular ask of $12.9 million, as we have gone and bid out some of the next phase of the work, the roads, the signalization, the stormwater infrastructure, and the streetscape, both driving and the pedestrian lighting on that streetscape. There's a $12.9 million gap that we're asking the CVTA to help close for us. So again, I think this is a great regional amenity, and hopefully everybody will get pretty excited about the CVTA, investing in this thing that's good for all of us.
Any questions for the mayor?
Part of the
Very safe.
So, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So maybe not actually for the mayor, but more process for the mayor. So this did go through TAC?
Yes, it was considered, it was an amendment to the TAC agenda on Monday as well.
So devoid of this product, let's just talk process. So where does this fall within our process? I know that Goochland benefited from us deviating and moving some stuff around, but what does this fall under from a procedural perspective?
So we're looking for what is the out of cycle procedure?
Yes, so great question, Mr. Spoonhour. This request unfortunately comes just after the application window for round 4 regional projects has closed. Well, not just after, about a month late. And I think the timing, as the mayor mentioned, was because of bid results and escalating prices like everyone is experiencing. I think in talking with city staff, the request is also coming in because the funds are needed in advance of when regional funds would be able to be programmed when we make our next round of selections in the spring. So the timing of the funding request is, I think, critical here for for the ask at this point.
So I guess my question is, do we have a procedure defined?
Yes, sir.
For this?
Yes, I was getting there next.
Sorry.
We do have in our regional project selection and allocation framework, which lays out the process that we follow for evaluation of all of our big regional projects. There is an off-cycle requests checklist for anyone to follow that might want to bring a request to the table for new or existing projects. And I'll just briefly walk through those 5 steps. Applicant submits the request to the executive director, including all required details for project evaluation. The TAC validates the need for the off-cycle project requests, for example, why the project cannot wait for the formal application cycle. Step 3, staff checks to see if the funds are available in the year needed, or if funds can be reprogrammed. And then TAC action is required to move to that step. Step 4, staff reports on eligibility scores, ranks, and reviews against previous funding scenario. And then step 5, TAC makes a recommendation to the authority. So there is a process to follow. And essentially what this says is off-cycle requests still have to follow the same due diligence that our regular regional funding round would require. Because, and I'll ask Mr. Gregory to verify that, that's one of the things in the state code. There is a section that says regional funding must follow a data-driven process where, the projects are evaluated and given as much scrutiny as possible. Is that correct?
I can verify that. That's
And maybe I should have specified, I think that at this point, the motion I'll bring forward is really to recommend that the TAC does that work, to validate the need for an off-cycle request. And then to recommend that the CVTA staff look at all the different potential funding pots to help fund the emergency need.
I would think in those 5 steps, we're someplace between 1 and 2 right now. Details, getting into the TAC recommendation and us sending it back to the TAC is probably the,
We're in step 1.
okay. Right, let's go to some full. To put kind of a personal, not personal, but a human side of it, where does the Fall Line Trail come into the Diamond District?
Yeah, that it definitely is part of the
I
planning.
know,
We haven't.
that makes it a lot more regional, okay?
It does.
On a daily
yeah.
basis.
It's right now it's a big blank.
Okay.
I think we're waiting for some of these things to come together and then figure out where does Fall Line, anything you know.
I think there's something.
Great, okay.
Wave at me down. Just getting ready. Call a friend.
Thank you. Diana Moore Clark here, City of Richmond, Department of Public Works. In regard to the Fall Line Trail, I did specifically check on that item. And what it does is secure the right of way for it. So while it does not build the facility, the city is actively and moving forward with that segment for the Hermitage Road that intersects with the Diamond District. And right now it has about a $14 million price tag, give or take a couple of $100,000. And so that would be potentially reduced because of the right-of-way already being done within this. So within the Diamond District deal, the right-of-way for the Fall Line Trail is within those plans. So it is a cohesive fit.
Cause I could see that being good for game day
Yeah.
and also good for just those businesses in that area. That's what I saw the Fall Line Trail being all up and down, being businesses being able to locate close to it for economic reasons. And hopefully that occurs. Yes.
Mr. Mayor, was that a motion?
Yeah, I'll make the motion to recommend that the TAC validate the need for the off-cycle project request and then ask the staff to check all the funds that would be potentially available to fund this emergency request.
Second.
I have a second. Any other question?
Yeah, just one more.
One more question, that's okay.
Within these steps, since we just closed out the regional, the funding scenario, does this impact any of the other requests? Like, do we ask them to remove $12 million worth of requests?
I think the next steps, Mr. Spooner, will be following the validation and verification of the project and its eligibility as a regional need. Staff would work with TAC to come back with a list of options.
Okay.
So ideally, there will be 1 or 2 of those options that do not impact the other project requests and that process.
Okay.
But we'll try and capture the full spectrum of
Awesome.
ideas.
Thank you.
Well, we have a motion, we have a second. ask for questions. Is this a roll call? Yes. Okay, can I have a roll call vote, Mom?
Yes, of course. Chesterfield County, Mr. Carroll.
Aye.
Henrico County, Mr. Nelson. Goochland County, Mr. Spoonhour.
Aye.
New Kent County Chair Moyer.
Aye.
City of Richmond, Marivola.
Aye.
Commonwealth Transportation Board, Mr. Davis.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Very good. How about 3B, which would be the allocating regional funding?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is an information item. Thank you for your action on everything else this morning. There was a handout. Hopefully everyone was able to pick it up outside the agendas. It's an update to something that I shared with the Finance Committee previously. We have gone back through and looked at, as you know, we've been discussing the investment atmosphere right now and how rates are fluctuating and possibly declining a little bit in some of the previous ways that we've reinvested funds. So what we're looking at is trying to get a better handle on available project dollars at any one time. This is hard to look at, but I think it's necessary. What you're seeing is the breakdown of all of the projects that have received an allocation or a commitment of regional funds to this date. And everything in pink, according to the allocation plan, this may not, I'll say a caveat, this may not reflect the current on the ground scheduling that is happening at the localities, but according to the last allocation plan that the CVTA adopted, these pink projects have missed the first date where the allocated funds were committed to be expended. So essentially the starting line, some of these projects are delayed for whatever reason. They're all probably valid reasons on why these projects are delayed. But we have not received any reimbursement requests for these projects at this point. And they have passed the first year of their expenditure years that were identified in the allocation plan. So all this means to say is it should not raise red flags, but it should give you a talking point or a discussion item back at the locality level to say, you know, why is project X? What's the status of this? Should we be worried? Do we need to provide some more scrutiny? And then I think back at the CVTA, what we can do with this is use this information to help build into a better tool to give you that snapshot of funds available at any one time. I hope that was somewhat clear. We do also, this was updated, the last time we talked about this, it was showing all reimbursements through, I believe, July 10th. And we now have it updated through August 27th. So this is the best information that we have right now in terms of all reimbursements that have been requested and processed. With that, again, information item, but happy to talk more detail or if any of you have questions about this. We can cover it today, or you can contact me at any point.
Mr. Chair. I think it's great information, but I think what we need from the localities, they need to report back to us, and I'm gonna start with mine first, to say, okay, what's your project date? When do you think it's gonna actually start? And when do you need the money? Right? I mean, knowing what they've already asked for reimbursements is great, but we need to know when they're gonna start. And if they say, I'm not gonna start for another year or another 2 years, then we know that project money can be set aside in a long-term investment pool. And so that's the information we need to get from each jurisdiction. They need to give us the best information that they can possible based on where they're at in their thing. So if they turn around and say, well, you know, I'll say, for example, the Hull Street one we just talked about a little while ago. We did preliminary engineering on it. I think we're still in the design phase. It's probably gonna be a couple of years before it starts. So we need to tell you that or tell Rebecca, my treasurer, that so we can do the best we can with investment fund. And so the additional ask I would be is to get every single jurisdiction to report back best estimate on when they think they're actually gonna need the money.
Yeah, so I would gather that everything that's not in pink we have put a pretty good idea when that will start, so we can invest those funds to that start date. And so the pink, we need to know, as Mr. Carroll said, you know, when are you actually going to be starting that, so we can invest those funds to that start date.
Yes, sir.
Except for some of the peak projects, like the preliminary engineering on the Hull Street one. Yeah, we've got that early on allocated. But we're really right now voting today to forward it.
Right.
To the full CVTA for consideration. And then which time we have to put it out for bid, and so it's gonna be a while before that project is ready to go.
Yeah.
And Mr. Chair, for everyone's information, the tech got a first look at this on Monday, and I'm sure that everyone is, I've already received a couple updates from localities on some of these projects, so that's underway.
I know ours for Interstate 64, exit 211, you can put that in more than a 6-month CD, okay? Am I right?
Oh. I'll let Rebecca know.
Yeah. No, everything goes through. Okay, just say that, okay? But I would think some of these will be interesting for when the start dates would be, and then, you know, we are gonna be looking at long-term interest items versus short-term right now. So thank you very much, Mr. Parsons. Any questions on that? And that was just information only, so no,
Mr. Chair, just for the public who might be watching or may watch this later when they're having trouble sleeping. You know, managing transportation projects like this is a very challenging process. Not just going through the RP, but then having to deal with changing bids, overtures, all of that. And so I don't think that there's any jurisdiction, especially ones in pink, that have intentionally missed their deadlines. It's just a matter of dealing with all the things you have to do. The wheels of government never spin quick enough for me, and probably for anybody else. But the good thing is that these projects are funded and they will be coming out of the ground, and they are gonna make a big difference for our communities.
and I do know that that one number that struck me on this backside is that's 2,700,000,000 and some million of projects that would not have been done more than likely without the CVTA and without the leadership years gone by. And so I think that's you know, not only have we raised $1 billion in taxes and that, but we're gonna spend about 2 billion eventually. So we need more people buying gas and more people buying things, I guess.
Hurry up and open your buttons.
You know, yes. But you know, thank you for that report, Ms. Parks. This is something that's gonna be very important to us, I think, in the future. CVTA Finance Committee members, any comments? You know how your jurisdiction's doing, or you've already have? Good. So our next meeting will be November 12th at 9 a.m. right here. Do I hear a motion?
Let's adjourn.